second grade. My name is Courtney Baker, and I am so excited to be here with you today. I am a teacher at Battle Academy, and my kiddos are at home watching just like you. I am going to do some math with you today, and I am so excited to get started. Before we can get started, though, we have to do some housekeeping business. I don't know if your teachers are like me, but I always want to make sure I have something to write with, and I have something to write on. So you might have a piece of paper that looks a little bit like this at home, and if it's in a notebook or if it is by itself, that's fine. You might even have a blank piece of paper to use a pencil with. If you have a whiteboard, you're going to grab a whiteboard marker, but no matter what, I need you to do a couple of different things. The first thing I need you to do is to find the middle of this paper, and I want you to draw a line right through the middle, just like that. When you do that, you're going to have an upstairs and a downstairs. Say that with me. Upstairs, downstairs. Now this might seem silly, but we have an upstairs and a downstairs because the work we do here together is going to go up here. And then you guys are going to have a chance to do some work on your own. And you're going to record that down here at the bottom. Now, I always want to make sure that I have this separate because I want to be able to see what I did with the teacher so I can do it in the bottom for myself. The next thing you're going to do, and you have to know this, we are going to do two problems together today. So I want you, once you've drawn your line through the middle, I want you to write a number 1, and I want you to write a number 2 a little farther down. When you draw that number 1 and that number 2, you're going to have a little dot right there next to it. That lets you know that it's not part of the equation that you're solving. Last but not least, to set up our notebook, we're going to write our date at the top. Again, that might seem silly to you, but I love to keep track of my work and see how much I've grown as a mathematician over the days, the weeks, even the school year. So I write my date at the top, and today is January 21st, can't believe it, 2021. It's a miracle. I wrote the date the right way. I keep writing 2020. This is our date. Now your paper is ready and you are ready to use your mathematician minds. I'm going to take this down and show you what we have in store today. Before we can get started doing the math, you know and I know we've got to find out what our learning target is. So I want you to get your bow and arrows ready. I want you to pull back and let's read it together. I can add 2-digit numbers using place value. What does that mean? Well, we know that what? A 2-digit number has 2 parts of that number. So I'm going to have a tens digit and a ones digit. When I have that 2-digit number with that tens digit and that ones digit, each of those digits is worth something different. They have a different value. We know with a number that the value is how much it's worth. That means if it's in the tens place, how much is it worth? It's worth 10. Yes, remember these base 10 blocks? These base 10 blocks are worth 10. So if a number's in my tens place, it's going to be worth 10. If I have a number in the ones place, it's going to be worth 1. Now, we're going to add those two numbers together. Our first problem that we're going to add is 22 plus 45 equals, I don't know, let's find out. Before you get started, you're going to write this in the upstairs of your notebook, right next to that number 1. 22 plus 45 equals blank. Now, while you're working, I might be saying a few things for you to keep in mind. I want you to think about how many numbers are in the tens place and how many are in the ones place. I want you, as you're working, to make sure that you can find your 22 and you can find your 45. And remember, you can do anything you want to help you solve this problem. Maybe you're going to do and use these base 10 blocks. Maybe you're just going to draw them. Maybe you will use a number line. Or you're going to expand and stretch out your numbers and use your partial sums. Whichever one you want to do is fine, as long as you're finding that sum. Go ahead and start working, and we'll come back in about 3 minutes to show our thinking. Work, 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 second grade. Remember, where are your 10s and 1s? Where is your 22 and your 45? Are you going to decompose one of those numbers to make this easier to add? Where is your sum in your work? Make sure to label it. Are you using base 10 blocks? If you're going to use a 10 and you're not sure how to draw it, maybe you want to draw a stick and label at the bottom. If you're going to draw your 1s, maybe you'll draw a little circle or a little tiny square to show that that's worth 1. I bet you're already excited to share your work with someone. We're going to start sharing in about 30 seconds. I'm going to start counting down in a little bit to let you know when to put your pencil down, because you want to be able to focus on what I'm sharing so that you can extend your learning and learn about a way that maybe you solved, but then learn about a way that someone else solved too. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put that pencil down. Are you ready? All right. If you solved using base 10 blocks, I want you to put your hand up. I can't see you, but that lets you know, Mom, Dad, Grandma, someone, I used this tool to help me solve this. Let's go ahead and show what you did. If you did base 10 blocks, did you use a little T-chart? I love using my T-chart with my 10s column and my 1s column. I like using it because it helps me sort out my 10s and my 1s. Now, when I'm drawing my 22, how many 10s do I need in the number 22? That's right. I need 2 10s in my 22 because there's a 2 in the 10s place. What about my 1s? Yes. I need 2 1s in my 10s place. Wait a second. That place value. There's a 2 in the 10s and a 2 in the 1s. Are they worth the same amount? No. These 2 10s are worth how much? 20. How much are the 2 1s worth? They're worth 2 because 1 is made of 10s and one of those 2s is made of 1s. How about the number 45? Ah, yes. Did you draw 4 10s for the number 45? Me too. How about 1s? How many 1s do we need in 45? There's that 1s place. I'm going to draw my 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks a little like a dice, right? Now what do we need to do next? We've got to add these numbers together. So I'm going to start with my 1s. I know 5 and 2 is 7. I know 2 and 4 is 6. So 2 10s and 4 10s is 6 10s. How much is 6 10s worth? If 2 10s is worth 20, 6 10s is worth 60. And I'm going to add those two numbers together. 60 plus 7 equals 67. Oh, we're so smart. And I'm going to pop that up here. If you got 67, I want you to do this right here for me. Wiggle, waggle. That lets me know that you got the same answer that I did. Now, is that the only way that we can solve this? Absolutely not. It most certainly isn't. Let's see what that looks like on the number line. Are you ready? I'm going to draw that number line as straight as I can, which sometimes is straight and sometimes is a little wobbly. Where am I going to start on my number line? I'm adding, so I need to start over here. Yes, we read a number line like we read words on a page of a book. We start over here and we read that way. Well, on our number line, we start with a small number here and our big numbers go that way. What number will I start with? I could start with 22. I'm going to start with 45. Because 45, if I start there, I don't have to make as many jumps. And whew, I don't want to have to make a ton of jumps. So I'm going to start with 45. What do I need to do next, second grade? Yeah, I need to add. What am I going to add? My tens. It makes it so much easier if I can make two big jumps of 10. You know what? I was just looking at some work this morning of some friends who were trying to make some jumps of 10, and we were changing what place do you think? The tens place. The ones place is staying the same. 45 plus 10 is 55. 55 plus 10 is 65. Now I've added my tens. What do I need to add next? My ones. There's one here, and there's one here. 65 and one more is 66. 66 and one more is 67. What do you notice? I noticed that too. The same answer. What does that tell us? We're on the right track, aren't we? Now, when I look at that number line, where is my 45? It's right here, and it's all the numbers before that number 45. Where's my 22? It's in my jumps. 10, 20, 21, 22. Now, I love to do one big arrow at the top and label that 22 right there so I know where it is in my number line. And I landed on 67, which matches that. Ready for the last way? Now, any of these ways that we're sharing today up here, you can actually use to solve the next problem, but your pencils are down, right? Because you're not solving the next problem yet. Let's take a peek. Watch what I do. What number is this representing? My 22. Where else do you see 20 and 2 to show 22? Right here's our base 10 blocks, 20 and 2. What does my 40 and my 5 represent? The 45. And here it is in our base 10. Now I'm going to add them together. 2 and 5 is 7. 20 plus 40 is 60. And what is 60 plus 7? 67. Oh, we're so smart. Now, take a minute, and I want you to tell somebody at home, what do you notice about this way and this way? I've already told you something about how they're similar. What else do you notice? Right. We've broken them up in tens and ones. We've added our ones and our tens. And we have our answer, or our sum, 67. We decomposed our numbers in tens and ones. How do we decompose a number here? We decomposed the 22. We didn't break apart that 45, did we? But we did decompose or break up that 22 into tens and then our ones to make it easier to add. Second grade, I have to tell you that one of the easiest things that I like to remember when I'm adding these two-digit numbers together is to break the numbers up to make them easier to add. Let's do the next one. Are you ready? 51 plus 38 equals, I don't know. That box lets us know that we do not know the answer yet. What is this sum? Choose one of these ways to solve this problem. I'm going to give you a little less time this time because I think you guys are going to solve it in a snap. Go ahead and get started. Remember, where's your 51? Where is your 38? Are you going to do base 10 blocks? Maybe you'll use a number line. Or maybe, just maybe, you're going to use the partial sums where you're solving part of it here and part of it here before you find that answer. Give you about 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. What did you find? Let's show with base 10 blocks first. Let's see if you're right. 51 and 38. Now I can draw my T-chart again, but I can also draw it freehand. I'm going to show you both ways today so that when you're solving these at the bottom, that you know different ways to solve it. I have my 50 and my 1, my 30 and my 8, and my 8. I'm going to try to draw those dots a little bit bigger so you can see them at home. Oh, there we go. Now, what am I going to add first? I'm going to add my 1s. 8 and 1 more is 9. 5 and 3 is 8. But is that just an 8? You're right. It's 80 because those are 8 tens, not 8 ones. And what is 80 plus 9? It is 89. Oh, friends, I want you to wiggle waggle if that's what you got at home. Yes, you guys are so smart. Shall we do the number line? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, what number do you think I'm going to start with on this number line? That's right. I'm going to start with my 51 because, by golly, I do not want to make 51 jumps. That would take all day, wouldn't it? So I'm going to start at 51. What am I going to add first? My 10s. Just like I added my 2 10s from 22, I'm going to add my 3 10s from 31. 10, 20, 30. And I'm going to label my jumps so I know how many jumps I made. 51 and 10 more is what? 61. What about 61 and 10 more? 71 and 10 more is 81. Now what do I need to do? That's right. I need to make my 8 jumps. I don't have enough room for 8 jumps. Could I make another jump? You know what? One of my friends did this today. They made a jump of 5 because they know 81 and 5 is 86. And then my 3 more is 89 because I can break up my 8 into 5 and 3. And what did you notice? I landed on 89. Where else do you see 89? Yep, you guys are so smart. So what must my sum be? 89. Now, let's check it one more place with our partial sums. And I said that word a little bit ago, but I want to say it one more time. Partial sums is the part of a sum. So up here, you have the part, that's the 10s that we added together. You have the part of the 1s, and then you have the sum, that's the 10s and the 1s added together. We're going to just do that with our 51 and 38. And I like to stretch my numbers out into my expanded form to show that. So let's take a peek. What is 8 and 1 if I add my 1s together first? It is 9. And what about my 50 and my 30? 80. And what do you notice, second grade? It's 89. Yes, you all are so smart. We've been adding these 2-digit numbers together using our place value, knowing that these 2-digit numbers have a tens place and a ones place, and they're worth something different. I want you to look at your page at home right now, and I want you to find any 2-digit number on your page and find the tens. Now find the ones. I want you to find another 2-digit number, and I want you to find the tens place and the ones place. I'm going to do one up here. In 67, what number is in the tens place? It is the 6, and it's worth how much? 60. I can see that with my tens here, and I can see it in my expanded form over here. What about my 9 in 89? What number is in the ones place? My 9. Where are those ones on your page? I want you to point to it. I'm pointing to my ones right here. Where might those ones be on my number line? My ones are right here, 5 and 3. And my ones are right here, right there. Very good. Now, I forgot to do one thing that I don't want to forget, and I want you not to forget this at home. When you try out this number line, I want you to show me where both of those parts of the equation, or those addends, are. I have my 51, and now I need to show where my 38 is. My 10, 20, 30, 35, and then 3 more is 38. Each of my sums, no matter which way I solve them, gets me to 89. Now, these were done where in your notebook today? The upstairs. The next 3 problems I have for you are going to be in the downstairs. That means that below that line that you drew, you're going to write a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3. And I want you to write those now because you're not going to be able to see them when we're done today. I want you to write your number 1, your number 2, and your number 3. You might write them across, 1, 2, 3, kind of like I did. Or you might list them from top to bottom. So you might write them kind of like we did up these up here, a 1, a 2, and a 3. Whichever way you choose, our first problem that you're going to do on your own is 15 plus 63. Go ahead and write that. 15 plus 63. Ready for number 2? Number 2, 74 plus 22. 74 plus 22. Now, you can write that equals with a box if you'd like. I always like to do that. And we know in 2nd grade, we have to write a box for the unknown. So if that helps you see that whole equation, please feel free to do that. Number 3, 67 plus 12 equals blank. 67 plus 12 equals blank. One more time before we get ready to say goodbye, because you guys have been such great listeners today. We have our 3 problems that you're going to do at home, and take a picture and show your parents. 15 plus 63, 74 plus 22, and 67 plus 12. Write those down, 2nd grade. You have been such amazing mathematicians today. Remember, today and every day, when you are solving 2-digit numbers, you are going to think about that place value, just like we did today. See you tomorrow.
Or some tissue paper, right? You could do that. Or a rubber chicken. What are you doing here? I don't need that. So, my name is Mr. Middlebrooks, and welcome to another Music Brain Break. I teach at Calvin Donaldson Elementary School to students that are just like you. So let's get started. Hopefully now you have your piece of material, your blanket, your Kleenex, your toilet paper, whatever it is that you're going to use, and let's sing a song with it. Now, can you hold it up just like this, right? Ready? This is the way we bounce our scarf, bounce our scarf, bounce our scarf. This is the way we bounce our scarf so early in the morning. Great job. What if we take it and make a circle with it? Ready? This is the way we circle our scarf, circle our scarf, circle our scarf. This is the way we circle our scarf so early in the morning. Good job. Ooh, get real close. Ready? This is the way we scrunch our scarf, scrunch our scarf, scrunch our scarf. This is the way we scrunch our scarf so early in the morning. This is the way we scrunch our scarf, scrunch our scarf, scrunch our scarf. This is the way we scrunch our scarf so early in the morning. This is the way we throw our scarf, throw our scarf, throw our scarf. This is the way we throw our scarf so early in the morning. Can you do it faster? Ready? This is the way we throw our scarf, throw our scarf, throw our scarf. This is the way we throw our scarf so early in the morning. Great job! Hey, you know what I haven't done in a really long time? I haven't ridden a roller coaster. Do you guys like roller coasters? Let's take a ride on a roller coaster. Why don't you take your scarf or your blanket or something and just put it on your hand like this? Just on your hand, it's just holding up there, right? Let's take our scarf, our blanket, our toilet paper, whatever you have, on a roller coaster ride. Ready? This is the way we take a ride, take a ride, take a ride. This is the way we take a ride so early in the morning. Ooh, roller coasters start slow, right? This is the way we take a ride, take a ride, take a ride. This is the way we take a ride so early in the morning. This is the way we take a ride, take a ride, take a ride. This is the way we take a ride so early in the morning. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great day.